Roger. Just control this whole race. Mix 8, mix 8, mix 8.
Cannot wait. Motorsports fever once again upon us next week for the second annual Bomm Automotive Group 500 IndyCar race at Gateway Motorsports Park August 25th. And then in September, it's the NHRA races. Lots of excitement building for both events. Please welcome six-time IndyCar winner Graham Rahal and his wife, 13-time NHRA Funny Car winner Courtney Force. Those names, Rahal, Force, we've heard them before.
Maybe
Bobby
a time
Rahal and John Force. It's your dads. All in the family, keeping it that way, right?
Oh yeah, we've been around racing both IndyCar and NHRA for a very long time.
So does that make it easier for you guys to excel at your sport because you learned it, you grew up with it, or were you kind of like, this is the family business, this is where you're going to?
I think it helps for sure, you know, being in that position as a kid. It wasn't necessarily in my case, actually. My dad really didn't want me to race, but just kind of understanding, you know, what racing is all about, the sponsorship commitments, the media stuff. I mean, I saw it for so many years.
Yeah.
Of, you know, watching my dad. That when you're then in that role, it makes that transition, I think, a lot easier. But it's awesome to be here. It's awesome to race in IndyCars. We're excited for, obviously for, man, it's only a week and a half away now, so it's pretty much upon us.
Now, talk about you're married. We saw your video, your wedding video online. One of the most beautiful wedding videos I've seen. Does that make it easier for both of you to be in the same profession as husband and wife? Because, you know, you bump somebody or something goes wrong, you're on the couch tonight, right? How's it work?
I think there's kind of the good and the bad to that. I mean, I think being that we're both in racing, we both understand, like he said, what we're going through, the travel, the commitments. But at the same time, we both have our own individual schedules. You know, he has to do his full IndyCar schedule. I have my NHRA schedule, and it takes us in a lot of different states. And, you know, there's only a few races we kind of get to of each other's throughout the year. But it's great because he understands what I go through, the pressures of being in a race car, you know, the speed, the adrenaline.
The expectations. I mean, the one thing, you mentioned it, but the one thing that we have that we're fortunate about is growing up both under iconic fathers, you get the expectations of each other. And what, you know, when you go to the racetrack, people expect that she's going to win or that I'm going to win. And so, you know, we understand that for each other. We understand the commitments that go on, you know, away from the racetrack. It's not easy to explain that to most people. So it definitely worked out well.
I mean, you both do the same thing, which is great. Now, talk about the race coming up in a week and a half. Last year at the inaugural Bomm 500, incredible event. What was it like from a driver's perspective?
Well, it was awesome, and I think everybody here at Gateway Motorsports Park did a really, really good job. The crowd was huge. We're hoping for the same thing again this year. We've got new cars, new race cars this year. You know, we've got a new tire package for the race, so I anticipate the race a lot more dicing and action and stuff like that. But a night race is always really good. Last year we had a great race going. And then
that was a heck of a finish. I remember.
Unfortunately, I had a fuel probe issue, but you know we're coming towards the end of our season. I mean, this will be the third race from the end, and so a lot of guys are going to be starting to make some moves. You know, we're sorting out the championship standings. You know, Courtney will be able to be here with me. I'll get to come back for her race when they race a few weeks later. So it'll be really cool. But you know, Mr. Bomm he's a promoter. He does a great job, and obviously Curtis Francois and everybody at Gateway. It's awesome. I mean, we're really excited to be back.
That's awesome, and I'm glad you guys came in today. And brides-to-be, if you're looking for a beautiful wedding video, copy them. I'm sure they won't be mad, right? It was gorgeous. Beautiful video. Hey, if you want to check it out, the race is, of course, the Bomm Automotive Group 500, Saturday, August 25th. It was an incredible event last year. Just crazy crowds, great coverage. Just beautiful. And of course, the NHRA Midwest Nationals happening September 21st through the 23rd. All of the information right there at gatewaymsp.com, on our website, on our Fox 2 St. Louis app. Good luck to both of you on the track and in life.
Thank you.
We'll be back.
Great job. You just control this whole race. Mix 8, mix 8, mix 8.